Okay. Hey, what's up, guys? Wyldehigh77 back with another Let's Play first look in the theme of the Fallout Labor Day weekend. Let's take a look at the series that actually started Fallout. Yes, I'm talking about Wasteland. Now, of course, this game came out long after Fallout had branched off into its own domain, but the original Wasteland, its intended sequel was Fallout 1. But the company had wound up separating from each other. So you're going to see a lot of lore that kind of tie in with each other, between Wasteland and Fallout, even though it's from two completely separate companies now. But we are going to dive into a first look at Wasteland 2. It is an esoteric RPG as opposed to the first-person shooter that you are used to with the regular Fallout. This is a blind play. I've played maybe 10 minutes of the game a long time ago. Never got that far into it. But we're going to take a look now and see where we can get from there. So, new game, yes. Let's do it. Something to drink, I don't care. Grab me my Pepsi Crystal or a cup of coffee. Piss in the cup and tell me it's lemonade, I don't care. Squad creation. Do you want to start a game with by a default Ranger squad? Let's create our own. Create custom Ranger. Portrait. Okay. Thank you. Let's customize appearance. Let's give myself a hat. But wait. Oh, there we go. Want to be a male, because I'm a guy. No offense, guys. Give myself a cowboy hat. Maybe. Could have some crazy hair. That feels about right. Alright, let's find a decent portrait that kind of fits that. Yeah. I guess that's as close as we're going to get. Okay. Age, will make him... He's been around a while. Name, it will be the return of Trevor. Alright, Trevor Rhodes is back from Fallout 4. I don't know if this has any play into how he is played, but we will go with... Well, we'll just go with a... He's an atheist. Yeah, he smokes. He likes to cock. And he is American. I will play with that some other time. No. Alright, so I got 12 skill points. This is when I gotta look into shit really deeply. Assault rifles are the all-in-one tool for rangers who want to be tactically useful. Bladed weapons, blunt weapons, brawling. I'm thinking that. Good enough. Coordination has grace, adept touch, and fine motor skills. Coordination helps you avoid traps and attacks, pick locks, and well, we'll definitely do that. Awareness, strength, I think speed and charisma. And he's still pretty average. All right, but I think that's good enough to start. Animal husbandry. You grew up on a farm and learned to tend to the animals there. You showered them with care and compassion, helping them, keeping them well groomed, and they brought you much joy in return. Life was good. Bonuses. There's no drawback. Cannot, okay. Bonus to attack actions, but combat speed is down. Can't see what that says. Fainting goat. When an enemy scores a critical hit on you, you have a 35% chance of feigning, causing them to miss. While feigning, you are pushed back to the combat order. Isophobic. Benefits when you use healing items on others. Cannot use healing items on yourself. Opportunistic. 50% damage against any target. It's mom. At less than 35% con. Damage against any target with... I think we'll go with opportunistic. Psychopath. Gain +4 bonus chance to hit and +2 bonus critical chance with every successful attack. If you miss an attack, -10 base chance to hit and 5% base. Two pump chump. No, I like that. That's it. We will go with Trevor Rhodes right there. The 4 Rangers to join your squad before setting out. Add the squad. Add the squad. Add the squad. I need a combat medic. Done. We are ready to try this, guys. Yes, I chose rookie because this is a first-time look. I don't want to embarrass myself too badly. I believe, just like most gaming, what's up, Aggro Dag Gaming? In the spirit of Fallout, we are looking at the series that technically gave birth to Fallout. We are looking at Wasteland, but this is the sequel that came out years after Fallout. But as I stated in the beginning of the video, Wasteland sequel, the original Fallout, or Wasteland was supposed to be Fallout 1, but the team separated, the company separated. But we are ready to start this. I'm glad you're here, Aggo Dad. I hope you enjoy the video. This is blind. I know this is more of an esoteric RPG, so we're gonna see how we do. The only necessary for
what comes
evil to triumph is evil, good men to do nothing.
I don't know. Neither did they. They were just an army engineer battalion, constructing roads and bridges deep in the middle of the Arizona nowhere. They didn't know why Armageddon had come. They'd heard radio chatter about an attack on some space-based missile platform. But who had attacked it, or why? No one knew. What they did know is that the politicians and the generals had finally ended the world. Now, everything was gone. They took over a federal prison for a fort, kicked out the convicts, got busy starting from scratch. Maybe it was an act of mercy. Maybe they figured that the prisoners would die out in the harsh new world. Whichever, it came back to bite the engineers in the ass. Cultists, criminals, cannibals. They've been living with the fallout ever since. Good people had survived too, called for help in the night. And those engineers, those common soldiers, could not stand by and see them die. So they came out of their fort, and they helped the survivors defend their homes. And for that, they earned a new name, a proud name, the Desert Rangers. Now, Rangers, I know at times it seems our cause is hopeless. And I know it's hard to say goodbye to a brother in arms. But I want you to know something else. That no Ranger who dies in the line of duty will ever be forgotten. Nor will he have ever died in vain. Or unavenged.
Born a man, died a Desert Ranger.
Thank you, recruits.
All right, my team walks in. A stiff, bearded old man wearing a hard-worn Ranger uniform and a battered old cowboy hat. General Vargas walks with a cane, but he's not helpless. He wears a pearl-handled revolver on his hip, and there are a lot of notches on the barrel.
I appreciate you coming to Captain Ace's retirement party when you hardly knew the man. Appropriate, too, seeing as how investigating his death will be your first duty as a Desert Ranger.
Had to be given the opportunity, sir, but are you sure we're ready?
Yeah, I know. You've hardly found your feet with us, and here I am sending you on a mission that already got one Ranger killed. Well, I wish I had another option, but the Desert Rangers are spread a little thin right now. Ranger teams Abel and Charlie are out west trying to stop a range war out there from becoming straight-up genocide. And Team Baker is up north looking for a way through the radiation that's cut us off from Vegas. I'm afraid the next generation is going to have to lead the charge on this one.
What's the mission, sir?
The mission is this. Search the area where Ace's body was found, and do your best to recover his logbook and the repeater units. Then call in your report. If you find the repeaters, I may send you on to finish his mission. Ace's death must be avenged, and it will be. But finding the signal he died trying to track down is just as important. Besides, I got the sneaking suspicion that when you find the one, you'll find the other.
Where's the area, sir?
It's about a day's walk east from here. I'll mark it on your map.
All right, so we are heading to the radio tower.
There you go.
The signal is a threat, sir?
The voice on those broadcasts disturbed me greatly. It talked crazy talk about a future where man and machine would be one. Worse, it talked about us, the Desert Rangers, specifically. It said it was coming for us.
Call in, sir?
Yes, call in on your radio. Your radio is your lifeline to Ranger Citadel. We'll be calling you with alerts and updates on your current missions, and sending you new missions when we receive distress calls. As Rangers, it is your sworn duty to respond to those calls. That is the contract we made with the people of Arizona when we opened for business.
You think the logbook was stolen?
Don't know, but it wasn't on Ace's person when he was found. Look for it. It might have some clues as to his death.
Repeater units.
When you get back to the Citadel, talk to our radio expert, Wade Woodson, if you want to know more about the technical details. All I know is the repeaters will upgrade the towers and allow us to zero in on the mystery signal.
Ranger Citadel.
Once you prove yourself, the Citadel will be your new home. Consider this mission the final test of your training. If you succeed, you are welcome within our walls. If you fail, then you aren't cut out to be a Desert Ranger, and we won't let you in.
Please, sir, if you're sending us after Ace's killer, then you're already decided we're worthy. Why not just let us in?
Kissing ass already, huh? Well, some folks in the Waste can be persuaded that way, but not everyone. I've been buttered up by the best of them, so I'm wise to those tricks. You get through our doors with deeds, not words, recruits. Good try, though.
Tower.
I'll give you the locations of the towers once you have the repeaters in hand. More important to find them first.
And Ace.
Ace had been trying to locate a faint radio signal, which has lately been giving us cause for concern. We gave him 3 repeater units and sent him to hook them up to 3 remote radio towers. This would have allowed us to get a fix on the signal. But sadly, Ace was murdered by unknown assailants right after hooking up the first tower, and his logbook and the last 2 repeater units were stolen.
All right, we'll do our best.
Out there, recruits.
All right, so we get our first chance at looking at everything. Our logbook is the little printer thing down at the bottom right. Close. All right, so let's see here. We can pick up a shovel. Take. You find many items in the Wasteland, some of which can be used in the game world. To use these, you can open your inventory and choose the use item option by selecting blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I literally can dig up the...
Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing, recruits? That's consecrated ground.
Not allowed to fuck with it. Got it. Okay. Camera controls. To move the camera, use the right stick. There are different camera control modes in Wasteland 2, which you could change by pressing the right stick. The first and default camera mode is rotation zoom mode, which will follow your selected ranger and allow you to zoom in the camera in and out. Second camera mode is a pan mode. This camera mode allows you to pan the camera across the game world and look more closely at things from a distance. You may find this useful to scout out a simulation situation before jumping in. Third camera mode is a lock mode. Lock mode stops camera movement, allowing you to move your squad without the camera following in locked mode. The camera controls are reassigned to scroll the printer text log and change its size. Alright, so I could change the camera mode.
Hey, Echo 1. Mind picking up that can over there for me?
What is that?
Think
Junk.
there's some water in there. He headbutted you right in the butt.
You guys are funny. Use the shovel. Let's see what we find here. We found scrap. And some ammo and a medicine pouch. We'll take all that. What's this? Oh, that's the lead for the Wasteland. Before I do, I don't have any weapons or anything, so it might be smart. Dig around and see what we can find. Ammo and tobacco. Probably sellable items. Ranger brass knuckles. Sorry, I can't talk right now. I gotta clean up this graffiti. Alright, so far. Heavy doesn't budge. Anything to fuck around with in here? No. Already dug that out. Finish looking around before we head to the Wasteland. Another shovel area. We found some scrap, some ammo, and a deck of cards. And by deck, they mean a whole 5 cards. Good thing I got a shovel. Some more scrap. Scrap serves as a unit of currency and is waste and represents the value of trade goods. Energy cell for energy weapons and junk. If that's snuff, why is the Geiger counter clicking? Still searching around.
God damn it, Ace. You never should have put down the wrench and picked up the gun. Sorry about the waterworks. I'm still pretty broke up over Ace. I'm Angie. You kids must be the new recruits old Vargas trained up. Lord, y'all just babies.
Saw you at Ace's funeral. You know him well?
They all hurt, but this one... Man. Ace wasn't even a ranger. Not first. He worked as a driver and mechanic for Farron Brygo up in Vegas. When base Cochise started sending its death machines into the desert, Brygo sent Ace south to recruit robot fighters. We met him in quartz. He'd pissed somebody off out there and they'd locked him up. We sorted that out. He started running with us, helping us fight Cochise. Never stopped. Vargas eventually gave him the uniform and the hat. But I don't think he ever formally signed on. He was just always there. And now he's... God damn it, Ace. I knew this one was trouble. I knew it.
You thought Ace's mission was trouble?
He was working on the same thing Vargas has you working on. Trying to track down radio signals from beyond the edges of the map. All seemed a bit boring and scientific to me. But then Ace started saying he thought someone was following him. I asked him to let me come with him when I met him at Rail Nomads to give him the repeater units. But he told me to go back to base. He said he was just jumping at shadows because those radio broadcasts had spooked him. I should have gone with him. Why didn't I go with him?
Rail. Tell me about Rail's Nomads.
Could be a nice little place if the Atchisons and Topekans would kiss and make up. I can't even remember what it's all about. But between them, they got enough old railroad tech that if they worked together, they could give this area a real transportation system. Instead, seems like all they want to do is blow each other's heads off. Idiots.
Where's Quartz?
Not sure I can recall. Haven't been out that way in ages. Don't even know if it's still on the map. Ask Thrasher. He'd know.
Where's Thrasher
You better
now?
call him Gilbert now. Funny, back in the day, he just seemed like this big old growly bear. Strong as an ox and just about as articulate. But then he got all torn up during our fight with the robots from Base Cochise, and he couldn't go out on patrol no more. Any other commander would have handed him his walk-in papers, but Vargas doesn't dump old friends. So he started him working in the museum. And once you know it, turns out the old bear has a knack for cartography. He's been gradually mapping our little corner of the wasteland ever since. Who'd have thunk it?
Have you heard any of those strange
Ace
broadcasts?
played me some of them before he died. Hard to make out a lot of it, but what I heard made my hair stand on end. Some guy talking about turning men into machines. Or machines into men, or some shit. But the crazy thing was, then he starts talking about us, the Rangers. Saying we're the cause of all the trouble in the world, and we need to be wiped out so his glorious future can be born. I mean, who is this guy? Where is he? What the fuck does he have against us?
Know any more about these repeater
I
units?
don't really know the details. It's all a bunch of mumbo-jumbo about transmitters and north-south axis and signals bouncing off the clouds. Ask Woodson about it. He's our radio genius.
You know Woodson?
Radio technician Wade Woodson? Sure do. He's the guy that makes sure you can hear Vargas when you're out on patrol. Keeps the machines running and the signal clear. He'll also talk your ear off about circuits and frequencies and I don't know what else if you let him. But be nice to him. He's your lifeline to the base.
What was Base Cochise?
An old military facility from before the war. And the biggest fight the Rangers ever had. There was some crazy computer in there that kept spitting out robots and sending them off to kill people. We had one hell of a fight putting it down. Earned our stripes that day. Literally. That's when I became Captain Death.
A computer making the robots?
Yeah. The Base Cochise AI. Don't know what was wrong with it. Broken, I guess. It thought everybody was its enemy. Wanted to kill the whole planet.
Babies? Us?
Sorry, but you are. As cute as little kittens. Y'all remind me of us. Snake, Razor, Thrasher, and me. Back when we were just starting out. Thinking we were gonna save the world for the future. Thinking none of us would ever die. Christ, sorry. Don't listen to me. Youth is good. Optimism is good. If we all started out worn out and jaded like me, nobody'd ever try to change the world. So you kids go ahead and give it a go. Maybe it'll work this time.
Snake.
Yep. He was one wild-ass son of a bitch back in the day. But I think the weight of his responsibilities has kind of squashed that out of him now. He hasn't been in a decent bar fight in... shit, a decade, maybe?
What happened to Hellraiser?
There's another one gone. Went out for a patrol a few weeks back and never came home. Don't know if he's dead, or AWOL, or gone off to join the Scorpions. All anybody knows is he hasn't called in, and we haven't heard from anybody who's seen him. I miss old Hellraiser like blazes. Didn't talk much. Didn't make friends easy. Wasn't big on social graces. But he was as loyal as they come, and when the shit started flying, he was the guy you wanted at your back. He didn't win that name by accident. Sharp as a razor, scary as hell.
The Red Scorpions?
You were briefed on those fucks during your training? Well, let me fill you in. You know when we left the prison and moved here to the Citadel? Well, the Scorpions were the jerks who moved into the prison when we moved out. Just a bunch of Rangers back then, but they've been getting more organized. Call themselves a militia now, and they try to act like they're the Desert Rangers of Eastern Arizona. Well, that's a load of horse shit. The protection racket ain't the same as protecting people. They shake down all their towns for money, and if the locals don't kick in, they smash them up. The Rangers aren't like that. We get by on donations and good old-fashioned scavenging.
What can you tell me about Eastern Arizona?
Basically everything between the prison and the radiation clouds to the east. There are a few small towns and farms out there, which the Scorpions claim is their territory. Rangers used to patrol that area before we moved here, and we knew it pretty well. But a lot can change in 15 years. Who knows? Maybe it's all as clean and nice and crime-free as the Scorpions say it is. But I've got my doubts.
Radiation clouds?
Edges of the map, kiddies. Big hot areas we can't get into without getting cooked to a crisp. The clouds move around some with the wind and the weather, but there are permanent hot spots on every side of us. North, south, east, and west. Until we started hearing those weird broadcasts, I kinda thought those clouds went on forever. And that Arizona was the last place on Earth. But maybe there's more people out there. Maybe the whole rest of the world's just fine, and we're the only ones in hell. Wouldn't that be a joke?
General Vargas.
Better than he'd like. Back in the day, the General was the craziest of us all. But somehow, after he brought down Base Cochise, he became the sanest. Now he's running the whole show, and doing a damn fine job. While I'm still walking patrols and answering radio calls. Shows you how much ambition I got, huh?
Later.
Listen, Vargas asked you to look into Ace's death because he thought I was too upset to be professional about it. He didn't want me going off half-cocked and shooting up all of Arizona looking for his killer. But I gotta find this guy. Ace and me, well, we'd been fighting side by side for nigh on 20 years. I'm not letting him die unavenged. So, well, I know it's going against orders, but if you let me tag along and be in at the kill, well, I'll help you find your feet out there. Maybe give you a few pointers along the way. I may be old and slow, but I know the wastes like the back of my hand. What do you say?
Of course I'm going to take her along because I don't know shit about this game or anything else, so I'm sure she's kind of like a tutorial type character. I'm assuming anyway, so yeah, I'm going to say yes. During your travels, you may come across people willing to join your squad. These companion NPCs can be controlled and customized just like your own ranger recruits you start the game with, but may have personalities and characteristics of their own. Alright, so she's a part of my group now. Yeah, alright. So, looks like I've completed everything that I could do out here. I don't think there's anywhere or anybody else I could talk to. Rook.
I was serious about wanting that can. I just wanted the goat to hit you in the ass.
Loka. Alright, you got nothing important to say. What about you? Alright, so I checked everybody here, yeah. We're done in here, so I guess we're leaving. Gather your squad and travel to the Wasteland. All squad members will go to the new location. Yes, let's go. Pay attention to weapons you're equipped in. Higher damage ain't always better if the action points cost ends up being higher. Yes, typical esoteric RPG. Everything is based on action points. World map. When you leave the location and enter the Wasteland.
Ranger Command, come in.
Game perspective will zoom out and show the world map. Use the left stick to travel. Alternately, you can access the world map screen by pressing the D-pad up and select a location you have already discovered to travel there automatically. All right. There are a number of things you can encounter on the world map in addition to water and radiation. You can stumble upon both friendly and enemy random encounters, which will take you to a small special location to interact with characters or do battle. You may even find hidden loot caches from before the apocalypse and mysterious locations that few have ever seen. The outdoorsman skill determines your squad's search radius on the world map when blah, 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 blah. All right, copy.
Roger, Echo 1. Just making sure your radio is working. I'll be your dispatcher from here on out. Also wanted to give you a little heads up on your water situation. If you've all got full canteens, you should have enough water to reach the place where Ace died with plenty to spare. But if you're going to go exploring, you want to fill up a can at any oasis you can find. Remember, your main priority is to recover the repeater units Ace was carrying. Once you've got the devices, you'll be headed to Ag Center and High Pool to install them. But we'll talk about that after you acquire the repeaters. We must, of course, bring Ace's killers to justice. But right now, that's secondary to discovering the location of that signal.
So it's important to stay in radio contact with you.
It's vital that all teams stay in radio contact with me here at the base. We get distress calls from all over our jurisdiction and sometimes beyond. Towns or farms or mines being attacked by raiders, mutant beasts, what have you. We field those calls here and then dispatch whichever team is closest to the problem.
Alright. Does that mean you weren't always the dispatcher?
Until now, Woodson's been our dispatcher. But Ace's death made me realize I've spent too many years in my office, walled off from the world, how it's changing. I need to know what's going on out there, and I figure the best way to do that is to start listening to the people's problems. So, I've decided that from now on, I'll be the one fielding calls and talking in your ear when you head out into the wastes. Don't let that make you self-conscious or nothing.
Roger, out.
Echo 1, carry on. Ranger Command out.
Alright, so I have the ability to get to the radio at times. It looks like I gotta head my appy ass this way.
SOS! SOS! Is anybody out there? This is High Pool. We are under attack. I repeat, we are under attack. Raiders with mortars and explosives are blasting our walls. If anybody can hear this, come at once. Don't know how long we can hold it.
Ranger Citadel, this is Ag Center. Come in. We're under attack. The plants, they're mutating out of control. They're tearing my people apart.
Ag Center, this is Citadel Base. Can you repeat? Did you say the plants were attacking?
All of a sudden, everything's going to hell.
The plants. Something's gone wrong with them. Oh, look! The door! They're breaking down the door! Fall back! Fall back!
Ranger Team Echo, this is Ranger Command. Come in. Did you copy those distress calls from High Pool and Ag Center? Over. Roger.
Affirmative.
Listen, Echo 1. I have no one else in the area and no further intel at this time. I'm afraid it's going to have to be your decision which call to respond to first. Whichever one you choose, get there ASAP. Both situations are emergencies, and both sounded like they were deteriorating rapidly. While the repeaters are still alpha-level priority, civilian emergencies have to come first, before heading back out to get the repeaters. Sending you the coordinates for both locations now. Copy?
All right. Both.
Suspicious, isn't it, Echo 1? Like someone's monitoring our transmissions and trying to stop our little radio experiment before it starts. Keep an eye out for suspect characters. Copy?
Copy.
For Echo 1, Godspeed. Ranger Command out.
All right, so found water. Water is a matter of life and death in the wasteland. As the squad travels on the world map, water is slowly consumed. When your water supplies run out, your squad will begin taking damage. Go too long without a drink, and eventually characters will die of dehydration. To refill your canteens, look for hidden oases on the world map or visit a location with a water supply, such as a well or tap. Most major settlements have a water supply. Yes, we will enter the oasis and refill our water. Right now, I have no idea where I'm going. Let's see where I am. I reached AG, but I don't want to go here yet. Radiation. I probably don't want to go that way. Combat. What's going on? Why does the game seem like it's frozen? There we go. right. Looks like I'm going into combat whether I was ready for it or not. So here we go. I don't even know where the hell I am. Well, it looks like we do all have guns. Combat. Life isn't always peaceful in the Wasteland. Combat is a turn-based, with each character involved taking turn in order depending on their initiative, blah, blah, blah. Action points. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Actions are still going on while you're popping this on. All right, one down. Ow. Oh, she's going rogue.
You got a lot to learn about tactics, everyone.
Don't have the ability to hit from there. Shit. And turn. Thank Christ. Can't hit that guy. She can move here. And turn. Nice. Reload. Repeat attack. Got him. Alright, one of the ways Rangers must survive in the Wasteland is by scavenging for what they can, interacting with containers and corpses. Opens up a loot interface. Alright, cool. Trevor Rhodes is comatose. Alright, so how do I switch units?
Copy, Echo 1. This is Ranger Command. Go ahead. Copy,
Report.
Echo 1. Appreciate the update.
Roger. Something I could do to him. Come on, pills. He's dead. So that right off the bat, Trevor's dead. Oh, that sucks. Do I get to create another character? Or am I stuck with what I got? Is there a way to go to get out of here? Not yet, no. I don't know if we're done yet or not. God, that sucks. Trevor's dead. I created a character for this first look and possible let's play, and he's already dead. How great of a game is that? Game is difficult. Give it that much. Game is difficult. All right, now I want to see something here. Oh, I'm here. Okay. Confirm. Digital basis, Echo 1.
Now listen, I know I said the radio tower was at the top of your to-do list, but you need to deal with the emergency situation first, before heading back out to get the repeaters. Repeat, help Mayor Vikstrom with his emergency, then continue with your mission to hook up the repeaters. Protecting civilians is always a Ranger's #1 priority. You copy?
Copy.
Roger, Echo 1, advise when complete. Ranger Command out.
Continue. Logbook updated.
Gas-off, clean-up, reservoir, shut it off. Give me the bad news.
Dance-off reporting. Got some jackass shooting mortars at him. Can't hit shit, but he's setting a lot of fires.
Crane op reporting. Some soldiers are slamming cars.
There's a full-on siege going on here.
It looks like they're trying to take down the crane. Their leader, Kid, he's got a jackhammer for an arm. A what? A jackhammer? Damn freaks get crazier every year.
Reservoir checking in. A lot of damage back here. Damn tank is leaking like a sieve. I don't know how long it'll hold.
This is Kate down in the tunnel.
No can do, Kate. Can't spare the men. These junkyard
Oh, we got one.
are about to come over the wall.
Ow. Oh, we got a couple of them. Shit. Yeah, okay. It's nice they get first attack.
Come and get it, candy ass.
That was quick.
I can handle this myself.
Holy shit, yes you can. And turn. Ow.
What kind of food is in a fight?
God damn. Oh. What are you doing, sweetheart? Oh. Go straight for it. Holy shit, okay. Okay. Come on, damn it. There we go. Thank you. Hit him. Got him.
This is High School calling Scorpion Base. Where the fuck are you guys? We're getting steamrolled here. High School, get off the damn horn. I told you, we already got RSM troops on site. Call them. I've been calling. They're not responding. God damn it. All right. Now stop calling. I got other shit going on.
Just that. It's drunk. That mortar's supposed to be pounding the wall, not shooting over it.
Sorry. Got the range now, I think. Weird. What the fuck, dude? Did I say fire in the hole? Did I? I wasn't ready.
Don't make you come down there, assholes.
Come on. We're taking a look. Ammunition. Collect. It is learning. Alright, so we got some dudes to take out. Alright, these guys want to do quick attacks. Ouch! Alright, they're half dead. Oh, but my guys are hurt. Shit, she is down. And he is down. Shit. There is nothing I could do. I don't get how I save people. I think we're about dead. Sorry, it's a first look, so I don't care if we die. If I decide to do this as a,
Come and get it, candy ass.
oh my god, this dude survived. My whole team is down. Youch. Alright, I have no choice in here. Oh, somebody came back to life.
I can handle this myself.
Switch to a different weapon. Does she have a... Cool. Ah. Pretty sure I've lost this one. Take all. It doesn't look like there's any way. There's nothing I could do for these guys. Oh, there we go. I'm assuming they're all dead, so I might as well just deal with it. It's locked. Skills. An old book named by someone named Daniel Steele. Sounds like a Desert Ranger name. Yep, everybody's dying. I'm losing them all. Oh, they're still outside. Nice. Let's do it. I have no ammo. This is going to end badly. It's a game I will play, but I don't see it being a game that I will be let's playing, at least not till I get a better idea of how to play it. Because, let's face it, I'm getting my ass handed to me. Haha. Oh, they all died. Nice. I might have an opportunity to actually survive this. Maybe not. Nice. Damn, I did not mean to do that.
You got a lot to learn about tactics, Echo One. I got this. What kind of fool gets in a fight with someone who's left?
There we go. Collect. Let's take everything we can find. Pills has died and will always be remembered. Trevor is gone. Locked. Somebody else died. Bear is gone. I hear the heartbeat of the last one going down. Wonder if the game itself is over once that's gone. Cherry Bomb is now dead. That is game over, guys. Alright, well that was the first look at the game. I hope you guys enjoyed this little look. Again, it's a pretty interesting game. I think once I get a little bit more detailed into it, I'll have more fun with it. But I won't be doing that until, until quite honestly, until I figure out how the game is. So, I don't think this one will be a Let's Play. This is definitely a first look. I think I'll stick to Fallout as far as like the Let's Plays are concerned. But you never know, in the future I may give another shot at Wasteland 2 as a Let's Play. But for now, Good game, one I am going to be playing, but probably not going to be doing a Let's Play of. That'll be one I do on my own time. Alright guys, if you like this video in any capacity, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. While you're at it, go ahead and check out all the other great Let's Plays from Press A Gaming, as well as all the great podcasts of Realm Limits Entertainment. Here on Twitch, if you want to interact with me, make sure you hit that follow button so that way you are notified when I am on and what I am doing. And you guys can come on, talk to me, interact with me, and if I'm doing a multiplayer game, hell, you could even join in and play along. So guys, I will catch you on the next Fallout video, which will be coming up right after this. Have a good one, guys.